Our recent research says that power is shifting. I'm not saying that power is going away from HCPs and doctors. 95% of the power is still lying with them if it is a prescription-based product. Other breeds of customers are coming up. Patients are gaining power because they have the power of accepting substitution, and a channel inducing substitution, so they gain power too. I'll give 2-3% of weightage to them. So anyway, that is really a future. Time being, we'll stick to doctors. Repeated exposure of any advertisement is spam. We all know that. Yeah. Somebody, I think Vikram made a mention, a representative is going with the same message so many times throughout his life, same product, same message. How many of you accept that's a spam? Isn't it a spam or it's not a spam? Only one hand. Medical representatives calls typically with due respect to their efforts, but it's not their mistake, right? It's all the system's problem. We are actually kind of creating repeated spams in front of the customers. So in future, if SFE department can reduce the spamming rate, can make these interactions a bit more meaningful, then it is going to be something we are giving back to the whatever company from SFE department, I would say. A lot of tools are available. You have customer 360 degree. You have record all the interactions with your customers and probably give them a visibility of what has happened in the past interactions during the same customers before the representative enters. That itself is a great tool. As of now, they don't have the visibility of it. You have companies like Multiplier AI, so many companies are there. They're all doing social listening. Apart from your interactions being recorded between you and your company and the customer, there are so many things which are available outside. Doctors are posting in social media, doctors are publishing papers. So social listening related pointers, inputs can come in. If that input is given to our managers, if not to the representatives, yes, they will use it wisely. Probably the call will become a little bit non-spam. They will value your visit. So something like that. Some efforts can be done in this matter also. Another important thing is, in my company in US, we in SFE department, L&D comes. If it is sales force effectiveness, then learning and development team is also responsible. Training team is also responsible. So in future, probably SFE should train the field force to partner with the customers, doctors. What are their needs? What do they really want? It's not always one-sided, right? We want them to prescribe the product. You will go and talk about the product, but that's not what they want to hear. What do they want? You are talking about their outcome. They want more patient footfall. They want to improve the care. They want to improve adherence. They want to be popular. They want to be successful in their practice. For that, what do they want? So basically, if you talk their language, they will accept. Something like how we are all overwhelmed with our AI tools, doctors also overwhelmed with their AI tools. How many of them are right, how many of them are not right, God only knows. They don't know actually. So probably if you equip your team to go and probably train the doctors about probably helping them on digital onboarding, telemedicine, EMR, collaborative approaches, patient support programs, so many things can be done, but provided SFE, our sales force team is effective enough to go and discuss these pieces out, not necessarily only the product. One last point, Pharma is not about 4P of marketing anymore. Pharma is 7P of marketing. It is service. If we don't talk about service, we still keep talking about my product, we're not going to be the winner. Those people who move to the 7P model of marketing are going to be winning, and the SFE team should be ready for that.
Thank you, Thambu. I think you have touched upon really broader definition of customer. I always mean that. And therefore, my question next goes to Mr. KD. How do you think the future customer centricity looks like? Right? When I say again centricity, it's all customers that we are talking about.
Okay. So I think, yeah, it's a very relevant question since, all of you will agree with me that we as an industry are on a cusp of a transformation. We are transforming maybe from a product focus approach where our focus pharma company approach is on a product development. Now, as just now when Samir said that customer is the king. So why this particular, the terminology or coin is now becoming so buzzword is because we all are operating in a crowded market. We are going to the doctors with a Me Too products. So now the only differentiator is, how we are going to make your customer feel important. And I would like to quote my own experience when I was a medical rep in Pune. As you know, Monday evenings and Saturday evenings, the field work will not happen. So it's always free. You will go to the stockist, you will collect the secondary sales and everything. After that, what I used to do, how I was able to understand and how I was catering to the customer need, is I used to go to their residents' quarters. I used to sit with them. I used to understand what are their needs. They can't afford, the reprints. So if I can take the Xerox of those reprints, I can offer them a movie ticket. And that's how, it has helped me to grow in my career because the focus is on that customer centricity. Now, what are the parameters? Now, again, the focus is shifting. The KPIs which we are talking about. The customer retention, again, will play a very, very important role when we are talking about the customer centricity. The contact frequency, how frequently you are there in front of your doctors. I'm saying the customer first things come to our mind is the doctors, followed by maybe, yes, now the very two important key stakeholders is the stockist and the retailers also. Same time, you have to also keep an eye on the churning rate. When I say a churning rate is how many doctors are dropping out. They are not your regular prescribers. Then the third is, what is the average revenue you are getting per user or per visit? That is also one of the key parameters when it comes to when you are gauging the customer centricity. At the same time, we also need to keep an eye on the customer lifetime value. Till the time you are associated with the customer, what amount of business you are getting from that particular customer. So this is how, I think a real life example, if we all are very regular to Starbucks, that is a very good example of a customer centricity, wherein, their loyalty programs, or if I can say so, the milk to be used in your coffees. It's not only the cow milk. They offer you almond milk. They offer you a soya milk. That talks about the customer centricity. Another example is if you go to the IKEA showrooms. IKEA showroom, you go to one particular, maybe a segment, you will come across almost thousands of the teacups. So, that is how, we also need to bring that in now when we are going to meet our customers. At the same time, we also have to take the help of the technology. Since morning, we are listening to the AI and the machine learning. How this is going to help us to, go close to the customer, how we can make them feel important. Because now the terminology, Ranga in his said ki predictive analytics. So how we can use that predictive analytics for the customer engagement. How we can predict his behavior. And this is only about the external stakeholders. We are talking about the doctors per se. But at the same time, we also have to take care of our internal customer, and that's our medical reps. The empathy, I think, is also, Vivek, missing over there as well. Just one example, majority of the times we also go to the cycle meetings, and the poor rep comes to us and said, boss, mera 150 rupees kata. The policy talks about, the third AC is only allowed. You are eligible to travel by a third AC. Now, the trains are so crowded. So the poor chap, he didn't get the ticket. And that's how, how come we expect him to shell out the 150 rupees from his pocket? That's also one of the example of a customer centricity. That's how we have to, going forward, these particular parameters also we need to consider in our strategies. When we are coming up with the sales strategies, these particular points also need to be focus or the center point of our strategy.
Great, KD. I think you added one more element to customer, which is our own people, right? So, of course, when you added, let me go towards straight away our field force now. So, next set of questions for Jiten, that what are future-ready KPIs that we should track, our field force with? We have been traditionally tracking certain KPIs. All organizations will have, by and large, similar KPIs. But what do you think would be a future-ready KPIs? And for companies, some of them who are planning, digital outreach for their customers, where over and above, when they do not have a reach, they try to reach, through digital means. So what necessary KPIs you think would be important there to be tracked for measuring the effectiveness?
Thanks, Amir. I think I agree with, first of all, KD talking about customer centricity and the customer-related KPIs, which and in fact, in this question also, I would like to focus on those. But before that, let me talk about that poor rep, which I think I will add on to what KD was talking. In fact, I had been doing one field work, and there is one, I see a rep sitting outside a doctor clinic below one of the trees with his laptop or iPad and submitting something, related to his company. So in fact, I happened to, why are you sitting over here? So are you here for this, or you have to go and meet the doctor? So he says, no, sir, आज last day है, ये KPI भरना है, नहीं तो मेरा sir daily allowance कट जाएगा. Now it was a shocking thing for me that what is that we want from a rep? In fact, what is that we expect? We expect that he is going to meet a doctor, or we expect that 60% of his time during the day is spending on, on the finance is asking something, HR is asking something, business is asking, product manager is asking something. Every full day he has around 10 or 12, 15 items which he has to give, and at this after doing all this, the poor guy has to go and meet the doctor. So are we in fact in the era of saying that, okay, no, I think those 15 things are important, and then the answer is no. But if I say future ready, I sincerely feel, as per what I think is what we generally track now, and maybe certain digital KPIs which have come in. I think 4 buckets to it. One was customer centricity related, where what are the interactions, engagements which are happening. Second is sales related. Of course, Renga has also showed some of the dashboards or reports on this in his presentations, where we track achievements, growths, and or maybe a lot of other sales related KPIs. We have product knowledge related certain things which a rep should know, maybe sub-certification or something like that, which is important for him for doing a doctor call. And last but not the least, yes, efficiency, productivity, efforts, call average, call frequency. I think, according to me, these are the 4 things which maybe going future also, of course, adding on to maybe if you are into using your CLMs and also maybe those particular